Okay, good morning. Today we are starting a new math mystery. It's the case of the Forgetful Pharaoh. January 20th, 1250 BC. You have found an ancient Egyptian scroll written by a royal scribe. Read it carefully. Rameses, the great pharaoh, has been extremely busy focusing on building cities and monuments for Egypt. However, his hard work and dedication to making the country a better place has left the pharaoh frazzled, tired, and a little forgetful of late. Many civilians reported that the pharaoh appears to be missing his royal scepter, which is an emblem of kingship. It looks like a shepherd's hook and has alternating bands of blue and gold. A royal magician named Dedi came to see the pharaoh early this morning. Their conversation was as follows. Dedi the magician asked, quote, "I have noticed lately that you've not been carrying your scepter. Why is that?" "Well, I've been so busy visiting many places lately, and with all that's been going on, I've forgotten where I left it," replied Rameses. "I am frustrated, angry, and ever so tired. I have racked my brain trying to think where it could be. I was hoping someone would turn it in by now, but alas, still no scepter." Dedi the magician then suggested, "I know a spell that could summon a great detective from the future to come and help. Would you be interested using them to locate your scepter?" Rameses was surprised. From the future? A great detective? Well, I must say I'd be most impressed if that were possible. Dedi confidently replied, "You'd be amazed what a little magic can do. In fact, they are reading our very conversation right now." Dedi continued to caution, "However, if the detective fails to complete this task, they will be stuck in our time forever." Rameses' eyes filled with excitement and hope. "Yes, I would be most grateful for this futuristic detective, but you had better bring back more than one detective to guarantee they will find my royal scepter. Abracadabra, you have been teleported back to ancient Egypt." Okay, so you need to help him find where his scepter, his missing scepter is. So here's clue 1. Reveal a clue by converting the improper fractions to mixed numbers. Simplify your answers as much as possible. Use your answers to match and place the letters in the boxes to reveal a clue. Put the letter in every box that it matches your answer in. There may be more than one. The first one has been done for you. So 91 divided by 9. So they took 91 and they divided it by 9, and they got 1, 0, with 1 left over, so 10, and 1/9. That's how they got that one. So let's do the next one together. 42 fourths is 42 divided by 4. So you can do it down below if you can write small, or you can do it on another sheet of paper. 4 into 4 is 1. Bring down your 2. What times 4 gets you closest to 2 without going over? Nothing. Now, you have 2 left over, so you put it over 4, which 2/4 can be reduced to 1/2. So for every 10.5, you're going to put a P. So we'll come down and find a 10.5, and we'll put a P there. No more 10.5s. I think that's the only one. Okay. Now, 5/3. How many 3s go into 5 without going over? Sorry, I wrote that the wrong way. That's how many 5s? Okay. What times 3 gets you closest to 5? 1. Subtract. You have 2 left over. So 1 And you always put your remainder over the divisor, 1 2/3. Wherever you have that, you're going to put an L. So let's see, 1 2/3, 1 2/3. There it is. Took me long enough. Oh. Okay. If you're still here, good job. Okay. So all you're doing is changing these improper fractions into mixed numbers. And you just do that by dividing. You always do 40 divided by 11. 72 divided by 14. Now, feel free to use a calculator if you want to. Let me pull mine up. So let's use it for this one. So we have 40 divided by 11. Now all it's going to do is tell you what gets you closest without going over. So that's going to be 3. And you're still going to have to do the math yourself. So 3 times 11 is 33. 40 take away 33 is 7. Remainder always goes over. So 3 and 7, 11. So you can use a calculator if you want to, because it's more about the process than the division and multiplication. But most of you should be able to do this pretty easily. F, 3 and 7, 11ths is F. Bloop. I don't know if I see any more. I don't think so. Okay. All right. That's clue 1. Now, clue 2. Multiplying fractions by whole numbers. So, 3/8 times 3. Let me get a sheet of paper because this is kind of crowded. And I want you to have enough room. So, I'm just going to grab another sheet of paper and I'm going to do the work over here. So 3/8 times 8. Remember, whenever you multiply a fraction by a whole number, you put the whole number over 1 and then multiply. Now, I've shown my kids, you can cross reduce. So 8 can go into 8 one time, and then you have 3 times 1 is 3 over 1, which equals 3. That's how they got that. Now, you could also get 24/8 and then reduce. You'll still end up with 3. So either way. All right, so they've gone ahead and filled in all their R's for their 3's. Now, 5/6 times 6. Remember, whenever you have a whole number, you put it over 1 and then multiply across. So I could cross reduce. 6 into 6 goes 1 and 1. I have 5 over 1. But I'm going to do it the long way because some of you might not know how to cross reduce. You can only reduce diagonally or up and down. You can't reduce like across this way. If you had a 6 here, you couldn't swap those out. Okay, so 30 over 6, which we know equals 5. So we're going to put our 5, and for every 5, we're going to put an S. So that seems like a pretty big one. All right, let me do one more here. 1/2 times 2. Put it over 1. Again, let's just 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Any number over itself is 1 whole. You could have also cross-reduced and you had 1 over 1, which is also 1. So 1 is H. H. Okay. 2/3 times 9. Put it over 1, multiply across. Now, you can cross reduce here, It just makes it easier if you cross reduce ahead of time. I know Ian in our class gets that and does it all the time. There's a couple more, but if you don't get it, just go straight across. 2 times 9, 18. 3 times 1 is 3. 18 divided by 3. 6. All your 6's are n's. Okay? All right, so today you are going to do your first clues 1 and 2. If you get confused on how to do either of these, I'll put a reference up of some more practice. I think this is pretty cut. I mean, the multiplying fractions by whole numbers is pretty cut and dry. The improper fractions to mixed numbers is a little tricky sometimes. So I'll put a reference up if you need a little more help with that. But otherwise, this is all review. So let us know if you have any questions. Good luck.